Hello, all. Welcome once more to another exciting edition of talking about MEXT Scholarship. I've received a lot of questions, and I'm gonna go through a Q&A session today. I'm very happy to have you once more in company. But before I go nitty gritty, I would like you to push on the subscribe button, share this video, and like it, and listen very heartily. Today's edition, we will be talking about the MEXT Scholarship for everyone, undergraduates, graduates, and people who want to pursue a PhD in Japan in any university that can have access to the MEXT Scholarship, or that have a partnership with the Japanese government, and they can take students from around the world to study in Japan, which is, of course, the third most economically strong country in the world, and number one world technology country. If you want to study in Japan, this is a place for you to be, and this is a video for you to watch, so please stay tuned. In our videos of today, the first series will be to answer a series of questions that were sent over, and these questions were very precise. I tried to break them down into little and sub questions that I would provide answers to these questions. And the first question, I would say that the MEXT Scholarship has three, or I would say four different kinds of pathways. The first one is through individual recommendations, so which means that a professor from a Japanese university recommends you to the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, or to the to the Japanese government. The second one, the student contacts the Japanese embassy in their home country and applies through embassy recommendation. The third method is that the student from a foreign country applies to a Japanese university and then shows their interest in obtaining a MEXT scholarship. And then the university files an application to the MEXT for that particular student. And then the fourth way is that a professor or a mentor from the student's country who knows the students file a particular application for that student, showing the student's interest in studying in Japan, and this is what we call the recommendation pathway. Well, I would say that this is a little bit tricky because the MEXT Scholarship opens in different countries at different times, and it's just for every individual to watch out the Japanese embassy of their home country and see when the MEXT Scholarship is being launched. It really varies, and then also if you have any particular university in Japan that is of interest to you and that you want to study there, you can actually contact the student union or the international student department via their email or via their telephone number, and then they would reach back to you with the information that you would request from them. The first person to contact will be contacting the Japanese embassy in your home country. That's the first place, or contacting the international student department at any desired university, or contacting particular friends that you have in Japan for them to go to the international department of a specific university that you want and get ample information for you. Or you can directly contact a professor in a university that you like, and then they will file an application for you. In terms of transcripts, of course, you will need transcripts from your previous education. Depending if you're applying for a master's, of course, you need your transcript, which should be in English or Japanese language. If it's any other language, you need a certified translated copy. You do need to send this to the university, of course, when you apply through the university portal. So regarding language, say English language requirements, usually there is no need for IELTS or TOEFL, usually. But once you come from a non-English speaking country, sometimes you would take a test maybe offered by the university just to show that at least you have the level of English language that is required for you to go through your study program. This is very important. So, but there is no official need for IELTS or TOEFL, but it could really vary too per university and per the department that you're wishing to study in. So it's really up to you to verify and check what department you want to study in and what is the language requirement. But generally, for about 80% of the times, you wouldn't need that. One most important thing, is recommendation letters, and you always need to provide recommendation letters from 2 professors who know you well. If you've been working, maybe from 1 professor and then your employee, you need those, but generally 2, and they will elaborate certain aspects about you. But since you're coming from an academic program, you will need someone who will talk about your educational background and your capabilities, your know-how, your strong points and your weak points. This is really very important for you, and this usually are sent directly to the university by your supervisor without passing through you, because just to avoid fraudulent and hyperbolizing information about oneself. So generally it's filed directly to the embassy that you're applying to or the university that you're applying to. So usually using institutional email addresses by those professors will really be more welcome and more credible. So it's advisable to tell them to use that. Or better still, you could put it in an envelope, or your mentor could type it, print it out, sign on it, and put it in an envelope that he seals and notifies it, and then ships it to the physical address in Japan. That could be one alternative as well. Well, concerning application fee, generally there is no application fee. You have to apply through the university portal, or if it's through an embassy, you might just need to compile documents and physically drop them at the Japanese embassy in your home country. But generally, there is no application fee for you to apply for all of this. There could be little exceptions, but the general rule is that there is no application cost. For those who really want to do a PhD, a majority of the time, it is advisable for you to contact a desired supervisor prior, all right? Because they are lab owners, they are head of departments, they have like many other students that they mentor, and they have lots of experience. So what you could do is contact them. They could easily recommend you. So this is what we call professor-led recommendation. And so these professors, they will directly recommend your application to the MEXT organization or to the MEXT department in the international student department through the university. And of course, once the university has this, usually it's about 90 or 95% positive, because the university already has someone who is ready to welcome you, be your mentor, support you, guide you, and help you with your thesis or with your master's dissertation. So this is actually a very perfect way, and it's quite easy to do that. You go to the website of the university that you wish to study in, you look at the list of professors that are there, you Google them up, you see the works that they've done and what they've published. If it's similar to the kind of field or what you want to do, then you can get their emails and contact them. Usually their emails are on the website, their institutional emails. Contact them, don't feel discouraged. A few of them might not respond But generally for Japan, their professors will respond to you. If they're interested in what you will do, you present yourself with a little cover letter and your CV. If they're interested in you, definitely they will, reach out, they'll reply, they will even schedule a Zoom or a Teams talk with you just to get to know you and how you talk and how you look like. And then they'll genuinely tell you if they're ready to work with you. They'll be like, okay, we can support you. And then from there you will know what you will do. So generally they're very open and they wish to support you. So please don't be shy, contact them and get your results and be glad. The MEXT application doesn't cover direct housing for you. So the MEXT application, what they do is that once you get admission into the university, because of course you will get it through a university where you want to study, they will assign you to the international student department where you will get all your information and documents and stuff from them. And then you'll go around your life in Japan. Normally you're responsible for looking for your apartment by yourself, contacting friends and other people around the country that you will meet, and then going around to do the hustle by yourself. So everything relies on you in terms of your day-to-day living. For the year 2022, I think it's 148 or about 148 or 150,000 Japanese yen. That is what is given to you. But you have to always sign this money with your international student department, and it's fair enough to support you. And you can get a little job, side hustle once you're around, and you're a student, you want to study. So yeah, that's about the amount that is given for this year. But I think this amount varies per year. Year after year it might change, but not a lot. Like say 50,000 Japanese yen is not going to be that huge, but it can actually change depending on the economic situation of the country, depending on also what amount of money has been allocated for education that year. So it really depends. Thank you very much. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Up till then, bye bye and stay cool.